Hey everybody, my name's Jordan Cowan and we're here behind the Gatormade factory. Today we're going to be talking aardvarks. We're going to start off and give you a brief overview of everything that's new with the aardvark design and show you all the features and what that design can do for you. We're going to cover every single product in the aardvark lineup. If you'd like to see information specifically on our tilt trailer we're going to talk about, you can skip straight to this time after the overview. If you need the rugged durability of the 3-foot dovetail, skip to this time right here. We're going to finish up with covering our deck over aardvark design with the 40-inch wide ramps and the hydrotail. So if that's something you'd like to see, just go straight to this time right here. Let's get started with the net. All right, real quick before we get into the individual trailers. What I'm going to provide to you in the video with each individual trailer as I go through them, I'm going to take the skid steer, I'm going to drive in them and show it to you from the cameraman's angle. Then I'm going to bring the camera inside with me and give you the first person view so you feel what it's like to load equipment on and off of each one of these trailers. All right, everybody, let's talk aardvarks. This is the design we've been using for a long time. The aardvark design with the turn down here. It's meant to simulate a gooseneck. We've done this for a long time in our broke out C-channel style design. Now we're taking everything we've learned in doing over a decade of I-beam goosenecks all the way up to 40,000 pounds with hundreds of thousands on the road. We've took that information and put it in the design of our aardvark trailer. You have the same gusset structure in everything we do on our big gooseneck trailers. So now, if you need a bumper pull trailer, but you want all the durability, features, and towing comfort of a gooseneck, there are no concessions needed to be made. You go to the aardvark design and you get everything you need. Let's start here at the front and show you what all this stuff is and what it does for you. Something not a lot of people will notice, but a flush mounted adjustable coupler. There's not the little bit that sticks out at the top and the bottom where a normal A-frame comes in. Like we said, no concessions. If you need to use the very bottom or the very top, you have just as much strength there in an accident as you would using the ones in the middle. That you can also run panel rings and different things on there in that adjustable coupler setup design. Spare tire, standard in all of our aardvark design. What's different about our spare tire is where it's at. One, you don't need any bolts or anything to get it out. It's easy to get out and use. Two, you don't have to either get a spare or a toolbox. With an aardvark, you get both. Normally, if you want a toolbox, which you're not going to find one as big as this one, but you get one close to it even, you're going to take that spare tire and move it on the side. So now you have all your fenders, tires, and everything on the side, especially as triples get more common. What you're going to have to keep in mind, if you ever want to load anything from the side of this trailer, you got to know when you're coming into the parking lot at Lowe's or Home Depot, okay, I got to be able to swing a certain way because they can't load me on that side because my spare tire's in the way. With an aardvark spare tire design, everything's open. You can load from either side. When you're chaining and strapping, it's not in the way. Everything's up front where it's not bothering you. Now, that spare tire, along with this big toolbox, you can see how much toolbox storage is here. Even in this one that has the hydraulic jacks, we got a divider in there to keep everything over here. The amount of storage you get can't even reach all the way over. You're not going to find a toolbox anywhere close to this. This is full width because this is a full width design that gives you that strength and comfort when you're pulling. We put 12,000 pound jacks on these, 50,000 pound Josh jacks, or you can option to this. Flick it on, which is great for security. The key's out, it makes it hard to steal. Push button up and down. Real nice jack design. If you want hydraulic jacks, if you're going to do a bumper pull, an aardvark's really the only way you can go. If you think about it, without this big toolbox design, you're either going to take up the entire toolbox and you have no storage if you're going to keep your battery and everything dry, or it's going to be up underneath where it's going to be in the weather and it's hard to get to. An aardvark gives you the versatility, whether you do hydraulic jacks with us or there's something special you want to do with this toolbox for yourself. You have a full width toolbox here to be able to do whatever you want to personalize to fit your needs. Staying with the neck design, the big hydraulic jacks here have loading lights here that go on the side. These lights are on a toggle switch up front. They're white lights that light well past the end of the trailer. And then they're also built-in turn signals and brake lights I'll show you here as you see how they flash and work. So everyone out here to the side, it really lights up your blind spot and keeps people there. All of these aardvark designs in your low pro with the fenders is going to have this step on here. You can see how nice it is. If you're getting up here, every time you load and unload your equipment, you got to get up here. You have nice steps on both sides that you can see, get up and down easily. All right, let's get into the back ends of them. All right, now we're going to talk about tilts. As I talk about each different style of trailer, I'm going to bring up a couple standard features that apply on all of them that we're talking about. Outside of our deck over that doesn't have fenders, this tilt and our 3-foot dovetail, these are a diamond tread walk-on fender. As you can see, I'm a big old boy, even right there on the end, not a bit of flex. What that does is when there's a piece of equipment here, it makes it easy to get around it. On a normal little rounded generic style fender, you can't get on it. You're going to tear, it's going to bend over. This also has a gusset step that allows you access on and off. The little step also protects the light. It makes everything a little bit stronger, a little bit more functional. Eric, if you'll come in up under the deck, everyone can see the hydraulic dampening cylinder we have underneath there. Let me step back so it opens up good for you there. As you see, the hydraulic dampening cylinder is on everything with 8K axles and up. On all of our triples also have this. On our smaller with 2 7s, we just do dampening cylinders. As you can see, it slows you down. It's also very adjustable. If you want to drive something as heavy as a skid steer we're getting ready to load, when we drive this up on here, it'll pin itself up and hold it in place. Then you can bring it back down. If you're needing to load 2 pieces of equipment, drive one up, hold it on, bring another one on the back. Adds a little versatility to your tilt, makes it a little bit more usable for you. All right, let's show you how the skid steer looks going on here. Alright, I've got you inside the cab with me. I want to give you the first person view of what it's like to load on the tilt. I just filmed it showing you how the hydraulic cylinder can hold it up. Now we have it set to its softest setting, so it's going to allow us to go up on here. And it's going to come down. Let's see here. Get past the tilt point. Alright, first person, you can feel it pretty smooth coming down. Nice thing about a tilt is you can load and unload without being hooked to the truck. That's not something you're going to be able to do with the other trailers. All right, let's come back off, keep you in the first person view here. Really smooth transition. Really nice. All right, let's move over to the equipment trailer. All right, we covered the tilt. Now we're going on to our what we call an equipment style. It has a 3-foot self-cleaning dovetail at the rear. It has the same great Arvar design that transfers much more weight. It's much more durable, and it's how you get that good ride quality of an Arvar. Same lines we talked about, steps. Step up on the trailer. This is our triple axle. We do this same triple in all the trailers we're mentioning here today. Like I talked about the fenders earlier, super strong design. As far as axle sets, we only use Dexter axles. We're going to start off with 2 7,000-pound axles. We'll do 2 8,000-pound axles, like what we showed you on the tilt. Right here, we have triple 7,000-pound axles, and we'll even go as high as 3 8,000-pound axles and get you around a 25,000-pound GVW for some really extreme weights, and that's where the Arvar really shines. The way it transfers energy through its stiffness is how you get that comfortable pull when you're getting in these heavy weights. That design mimics a gooseneck. The bend in it makes it stronger, and when you're getting the stuff that requires 3 axles, you're going to wish you had that Arvar design, along with the big fenders. Before we cover the ramps, I want to mention one thing that's on all these Arvars is our deluxe LED light set. So you have the light pods we showed you up front, but these are all over the trailer. That's a rubber mounted LED light set. So what that light set does is 2 things. One, it makes it super easy to change a light. Let me just flick this out here. Everything's on a quick connect. You bust this light out. Let me unplug it here. Unplug that. Woo, Gatorade sends you a new light. Shows up magic like that. Line it up just right. Take that. Pop it back in. You just changed the light that easy. So 1, the maintenance on them is super simple. And 2, the rubber absorbs vibration going down the road and makes that LED last even longer. All right, dovetail. What makes this trailer different than the others? So we have our telescoping ramp bars on the back here. Put your hand on the handle. You rotate that around. Put your ramp down. It is spring assisted, so it's super easy to use. You've seen how I use one hand there. Make sure you pull that back. do what you need to do with the skid steer. Now normally you have to have this like juggling balance act where I flip this up and the bar's up here somewhere and we got to meet in the middle, and it's not like a Georgia pine, it don't quite work right here. There you go. It's durable, it holds. It's a lot safer for you because all you got to do is guide it forward. Everything snaps in and it works. We're going to lay them both down here. Like I said, you can see one hand how easy that is to let these right down. Can you come in on that spring right there and show them? Letting this one down. You can see the spring in here, how well that adds to it. It's a 24-inch wide ramp, so it's super safe going on and off with a 3-beam design to give it strength. A wide ramp's nice going on, but it's much nicer going off. We're going to get inside the cab and show it to you here. Let's get after it. All right, everybody, we're going on the 3-foot self-cleaning dovetail, what we call the equipment style. Let me get straightened up here a little bit. You just seen the angle from the cameraman's point of view. We got the tractor hooked up there, working as the tow vehicle. It's what we use here at the factory to move them around. This is a super smooth transition. I'm trying to go as slow as I can for you so y'all can see it. You can feel right here at a little bit of a breakover, not much. Everything's pretty smooth. Went on pretty nice. You can see where we're at. Alright, we're going to move on here to the last trailer. This is the Arvar deck over design. Like we talked about the axle combinations. We can do everything from 2.7s to 888s on this trailer, just like we do the others. Has the same Arvar design, same gusset structure, spare tire toolbox, everything you got everywhere else. Except this is a little bit more versatile because you have the full height. There's no fenders in the way. If you're watching this on YouTube, at the end I'll link to a video where I said that this was the most versatile trailer in the industry, and I'll load and unload with it, go into some more about it. What you're getting with the deck over design is a lot of things that people may not even think about. Loading from the side, like we talked about with the other trailers with the spares in the neck. With this one, the fenders aren't in the way. Some people are going to require. This equipment's getting heavier and heavier. The same reason we're putting the triple axles on those other trailers is the same reason a lot of guys are going to need these deck overs. The equipment, any kind of high track skid steer and stuff, is where the one we're using is barely fitting in between the fenders on this stuff. You have the wide ramps, it's full width to get on and off. When you're booming and chaining stuff down, I like a deck over. I think the angles are a little bit easier to chain stuff down, along with the versatility like we talked about. You do get a winch mount on the neck of these. You get the same lines we talked about with everything else. What separates this apart is the wide ramp design. Just like I talked about how we've used the I-beam on an aardvark now by using all the information we gained from the goosenecks. We've been putting this on gooseneck and Pinels for years. Gatormaid pioneered the wide ramp design. There's a lot of people who've made copies with Monster Mega Super Ramp, whatever they call it. But we done it first, and we've been improving on it ever since. Ramp latches that actually hold that down, and it doesn't jar and beat you. You can feel a loose ramp like this in the seat of the truck going down the road. Those ramp latches right there make your day so much more enjoyable if you're using this a lot. Like I said, this is triple spring assisted. There's a set of springs that pick up to right there. You can see one hand. Look at that. That's a ramp that can hold 30,000 pounds, and the springs are holding it in place. We come back over on the way back down. 2 fingers, 1 finger. Smooth. I actually have to force it down. As you can see, that's down there. Makes good contact with the ground. As you'll see when we load here in a minute, how nice and easy this goes on here. 40 inches on both sides. A lot of people think about loading these trailers with that, but where it really comes in handy is when you're unloading. When you have that there, we got a camera on this skid steer, but if you're in a tractor or something where you can't see, you know, coming off backwards like this, that the ramps are going to catch you. It's all here. It's nice and easy to use. This is a 16 and 5 as far as length goes. We'll do much longer lengths. Let's go ahead and get this other ramp out. Show you again how easy it is to use. We have these stand-up bars, the hook right here. If you want to take this ramp and stand it up at a 90 right there, those bars will do that. I'm going to let her go, and you can see how big and beefy that is. We're using a heavier ramp with more substantial material in it than a lot of our competitors are using on their dual tandem gooseneck trailers. We're doing this in a 4-tire deck over. We have a 2x3 angle right here as opposed to 2x2. One, that adds more strength and structure, but what that also does is makes a little bit steeper angle on this side right here. So if you're coming up with something like a metal cleat, this side's a little bit steeper for something to grab on and kind of come up on here a little bit safer. Same as when you're going down, as opposed to a 2x2 that would meet like that. That side would be as steep as this one is. A little bit easier to slip, a little bit less safe. It's the small things we think about when safety is most important to us, and it's stuff like that that makes these trailers safe to use every day. Not only for you, but your employees and your family. All right, let's get the skid steer on there. All right, everybody, we got the Ford hooked up again. So a lot of people can be intimidated by loading stuff like this on a deck over. There's a little bit of a breakover angle, but I like the width. It makes me more comfortable. There's some people that, you know, think that it's a little bit steep or a little bit high. You'll see here, you're getting the true first-person view. Let's go on here. You can see now we're on the dovetail. Just trying to commentate a little bit. It's going to break over right here. Comes down a little bit, but you know what? The trailer's going to catch you every time. We got our tow vehicle there, again, hooked up to us, the tractor. Try this again. Well, we can see a little bit better this time. You can see our ramps are there, good and wide. You know when you go backwards, even if you don't have a camera, you just know that it's going to catch you. They're there. They take up the whole width. When you can see the bed up here and you see you're in the middle, you got all the comfort in the world. A little bit of a breakover right there. Come down. I come a little bit fast right there, but like I said, even that little bit of a rougher come down right there, the way I come down a little quick, ramps are there to catch you. Super simple, super easy. All right, thank you. All right, you've made it with us through most of the aardvarks. We hope you've enjoyed your time here in what the GatorMade production team has called Aardvark World. We've had a blast out here today, and we hope you've learned a little bit about our trailers. We've took you through about all of our aardvarks. We've showed you the features, the design styles, and what those things do for you. We've got several different platforms, so no matter what you're pulling, hopefully there's something there that'll work for you. If you want to talk to one of our trained sales professionals, go to www.gatormade.com. We've got a full staff of complete trailer professionals that know these trailers in and out and will get you all the answers you need. They'll walk you through all these products, find the one for you. If you're looking for a dump trailer, we also offer the dumps in the aardvark design. You get all the stiffness and rigidity of the aardvark in a dump. You can see this is a 16-footer. We offer this in a 14 with 7 and 8,000 pound Dexter axles. We took you inside the Kubota. I hope that first-person view of climbing up on these trailers really gives you the feeling of what it's like to load on these and help you pick which one of the products works best for you. If you need a hydraulic dovetail on our fender style, we offer an 8-foot hydraulic dovetail like this here. It's super nice, makes contact with the ground, makes it easy to transition and load. And we'll do the 10-foot hydraulic dovetail just like we do on the big gooseneck trailers on an aardvark deck over for you as well, if that's what you need. If you need the versatility to haul different things. I really appreciate you taking the time to go through all these trailers with us. I value your time and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time.
GatorMade, America's selected best. To learn more about our big muscle professional grade trailers, visit GatorMade.com and find us on Facebook and YouTube.